Today's project is this earring and jewelry holder. If you want to see what I use to make it, well then follow me. What's up, Glue Dots? I'm Elaine, the Midnight Crafter, and as you saw, today's project is an earring and jewelry holder, and I made two versions of it, one glam style, one farmhouse style, so I got y'all covered there. Don't want to hear that I do too many farmhouse or too many glam. I got y'all covered. Anyway, I made them and promptly sold the farmhouse style version one, so it is gone, but I am going to show you how to make both. Before we get to that though, hit that subscribe button right down there, and my friends keep making fun of me because I keep forgetting which side it's on, but you guys, I got it this time. It's down there, so hit that subscribe button, and if you hit the bell next to it, it will inform you every time I upload a new video. And give me that thumbs up and leave me a comment. Do this, do this, do this. I'm so bossy. Anyway, let's do it. Okay, here we go. We are first going to take our little basket here, and we're going to be cutting off this top rim all the way around here. Now, a lot of people ask me what scissors I use. These are just the garden shears from Dollar Tree, and I like them because they're a little more heavy duty and they work really nicely to cut this wire. So I'm going to be cutting and trying as best I can to leave a full square on this. So you may not be going exactly perfectly around the rim. You might have to adjust where you're cutting because sometimes it drops down or it's not evenly attached to the rim when they make these baskets. So we're going to go ahead and first do that, take this all the way around and cut this off. When you get to the little loop here, just cut around that and remove that as well. Next, you're going to find the seam in your basket, and mine is right here, and you're going to cut right down the center of that seam and right down the center of the diamond shape too. So we want to keep our diamond shapes intact. So cut all the way down to this bottom ring here. Okay. So what we're going to be doing now is you're going to want to count all the way around from your seam how many of these little diamond shapes there are, because we're going to be dividing and cutting approximately every 7 or 8 depending on how many of these shapes are around. So let me give a quick count here. Mine has 48. I don't know if that varies between baskets. So we're going to go exactly in half. So 24, count 24 around, and you're going to cut straight up the same way you did. So it should be directly across from this one, and you're going to cut that side as well. So now I have both of my sides cut, so 24 and 24, and we're going to be now cutting in 2 more places. So we're going to divide that. It's going to be 8 and 8 because we want to have 3 even sections on each side, 6 sections cut in total. So I'm going to count over 8, and then I'm going to be cutting directly down the center again, leaving a full and 2 full intact diamonds on one on each side of our line. You're going to go again now 8 over from there and cut again. So, and we're going to do that all the way around so that we have our 6 equal sections cut. And you're going to go ahead and spread those out and lay them flat. Now it's easiest to initially get them pushed down this way, but to flip this over and press it down on your table and lay those out. Now again, you're going to take your shears, your scissors, whatever you want to call them, and we're going to be cutting off a little bit of these corners so we can make kind of whatever petal shape that you would like to have. You can kind of play with it and see how it's going to look. Every side is going to be slightly different just based on how the diamonds ended up on there, so you're just going to have to kind of adjust it according to the shape that you like. So go around and do that on all sides. Okay, now that all of my sides are cut, you can actually stretch this out to form a little bit more of a wide petal. and just adjust those however you like the shape to be. For this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you the glam version, but I will definitely explain to you also how easy it is to make a little more of a rustic farmhouse style version of this, which I've made both, so I'll show you both at the end, but I'm going to just do the glam version for this one. So we're going to be using the bling wrap. Now, you can buy bling wrap at Dollar Tree in rolls, which would be perfectly fine for this, but I am doing a drawing for a full huge roll like this, and stay tuned at the end for how you enter the drawing. This is courtesy of Natalie from Totally Dazzled. She's amazing. She always supports us and helps out so that we can give you guys really cool stuff. So Glue Dots, if you are interested in getting this huge roll, stay tuned till the end and I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. So if you were doing the farmhouse version, you would be using your nautical rope and going around each of these with the nautical rope and gluing that down. I'm going to be using bling wrap on this particular one. Now if you choose to, I'm going to be leaving mine black because I think it'll be a nice contrast with this, but you can spray paint this the rose gold color if you want, or any color you like. For the farmhouse version of this, I used a white basket and I left it white and did it with the rope. So I don't know how much of this length I'm gonna need, so I'm just gonna keep cutting a really long strip. So I've gone and cut single strands of the bling wrap, and we're gonna be going around gluing those to the outside edge of your flower petals. Now I found when I was making the rustic flower and doing this with the nautical rope, it's really, really great to have a piece of parchment paper that you can put underneath there, because with the nautical rope I was able to run a longer, kind of just run the glue, and if it got in between, and it wouldn't matter, and then I was able to press the nautical rope down and it wouldn't stick to my table, and it doesn't stick to the parchment paper. So it is definitely super, super useful, and it will speed up your time tremendously. So here at this corner, because the bling wrap doesn't really get a nice bend to it, a tip that will really help you to be able to get it to curve around that edge and to look nice is to cut the outside string. There are two strings that hold the bling wrap together. If you cut the outer string only, just right here on the curve, it will actually allow it to kind of curve around. And we're going to be doing this later as well when we do that circle in the center of our flower. This gets a much better curve around, and you don't have to struggle with getting that to lay nicely. So we're going to work our way all the way around each flower petal and then go around a second time with a second strand so that it is doubled up on each flower. Now again, the nautical rope, because it's already wide, goes much, much quicker. This one's a little more tedious, but you know, sometimes that's what crafting takes. So for the sake of time, I decided to do every other one with the double and then the ones in between with the single layer of bling wrap. Now we're going to do this center part, and I'm going to be, for this one, using double bling wrap. So when it's double, there's obviously 4 strings, so we're just going to cut through 2 of the strings and leave the other 2 attached so that we can get the bend around this circle here. Make sure that the cut part is on the outside of the circle so that you still have that bend. So I made 1 round already here, and I'm actually going to go around and do a second one. You can leave it this way if you'd like. I'm going to go around and do a second one because I don't really like how it's showing that extra doubled up piece from the bottom of our original basket. So our flower's done for now. We're going to set that aside and we're going to work on the stand for the flower. We're going to be using the bling wrap again, and we're going to be working our way around to cover this entire base here. So there's a couple ways you can do that. If you're using the single strand of bling wrap, you can just wrap and wrap and wrap around, which is what I did with the nautical rope. I put a little glue here, started it, put some glue there, and kept wrapping, and periodically I would add some more glue and work my way up until the whole top part here was covered. So because I have the width of the bling wrap and it's going to save a lot of time, I'm going to go ahead and just do sections at a time until this whole base here is covered. And I think it's going to be easier to put the glue right onto the bling wrap because it's going to dry really, really fast on this cold metal. I know that as soon as it touches it, it will immediately harden. Up at the top here, there's just a little bit left. You can leave it that way if you want to. You can cover it if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and cover mine by taking a small piece because it is, obviously, it's smaller here up at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and put that over, and then if there's any little blank spots like on the side here, I'm just going to go ahead and add in an extra little piece there as well. Alrighty, so now we have this piece. We're going to set this aside. We're going to go back to our flower here. You know, haha, I wasn't really even thinking about that our mirror, hi guys, our mirror is going to cover part of the bling wrap that we put on. So we really didn't even have to put that bling wrap on there. But that's okay. It was just so much fun crafting. So it's important that you take the sticker and the things off of the back side of here because it will show through on the back side and it won't look very good. What we're going to be doing right now is gluing the mirror down to our flower and then flipping it over and adding extra glue. So what I'm going to be doing is putting a bunch of extra glue and then pressing this down so that the mesh and the glue kind of become one. Oh, by the way, in case you haven't seen my little trick, so my glue, I needed to put another glue stick. I figured it's a great opportunity to show you this little trick. Take your other glue stick and put just a tiny little dot of glue on it, and when you attach it in there, it sticks to the other one, and then you don't have it flopping, falling out, and all that good stuff. So anyway, hope that helps. I love that tip when I learned that, so I'm going to go through and just add a bunch of glue now on here. And then probably use something to push this down with so you don't burn yourself. Another super, super handy thing to do for that is use your parchment paper. It's actually, that's the best idea. You just push down and you can feel through until it's not warm anymore. It won't stick to the paper. This is just, it's great. We are going to be adding the stand here. And with the stand, we're definitely going to be putting a lot of glue. So going to be putting a bunch of glue directly onto your stand and place it and hold that down until it cools real well. Now, the backside's not real pretty. I'm gonna be selling this piece, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably cover the back with bling wrap. You can leave it just like that if you want. You can maybe cover it ahead of time, but you do wanna leave space for this handle to be able to get on there. You want that to glue directly to the mirror and everything, so it will hold everything better. In case you're interested in how I'm covering the back, I did cut one side already to fit. I took my piece here and I'm placing it, and then I'm just going to follow along where I want to cut with doing that with a black Sharpie, just marking it so that I can see. I just cut directly on my line and right through the little pieces. And that piece will go there. As soon as I get that piece done, I'm going to glue these all down and the back side will look nice and pretty. So we get to put the finishing touches on our flower now. And ideally what I wanted to do is put like a brooch on here, but I wasn't thinking that I actually don't have any brooches in the rose gold. You can easily get rose colored brooches to match this if you'd like, or silver or gold or whatever trim that you do. Natalie at Totally Dazzled has some really beautiful things. I'm going to leave the link down below for you so that you can go there and check it out. Sorry about this, guys. I get so distracted seeing myself in the camera, so okay. Anyway, so what I'm actually going to be doing instead of the brooch is I'm just going to put a rose on here. I'm going to cut this little doohickey thingamajig shorter here, the stem, and go ahead and add some hot glue to the back of this and glue it right on here. I'm going to go ahead and show you these all done up. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Glue Dot family. Also, hey, by the way, on the back of the farmhouse version, if you want to cover it up, you can put some burlap, you can put ribbon, or maybe even cover it up with nautical rope. I may go back and do mine with nautical rope. Not sure yet because, as I said, I am going to be selling these. Okay, guys, let's see what these look like.